She died in Spain. Why Spain? What was she doing there? Was she sick? She went to do liposuction. What's that? To say Nigerians were confused would be a serious understatement, because what do you mean the First Lady died in Spain? Let's talk a bit about the life and death of Stella Obasanjo. Stella Obasanjo was not somebody that Nigerians first heard about when she became First Lady. Many people already knew her name from years earlier, and this was during one of the most difficult periods in Nigeria's history. In 1995, General Sani Abacha, he arrested Olusegun Obasanjo and sent him to prison over an alleged coup plot. At the time, many Nigerians believed that he might not survive imprisonment. While he was locked up, his wife Stella, she was the one moving around, speaking to people, traveling, pushing for his release. Anywhere she could find support, she would take it. She took the campaign beyond the borders of Nigeria. She was meeting international groups, raising awareness about his situation, doing anything she could to help him. So when democracy returned in 1999 and Obasanjo became the president, Stella entered Aso Rock as somebody that Nigerians already recognized. As First Lady, she kept a relatively quiet profile. She focused mainly on charity work through her child care trust, supporting disadvantaged children living with disabilities, stuff like that. She was known for being calm, she was polite, she was composed in public. People also paid attention to her style. Elegant lace outfits, carefully tied gele, always neat and understated, She was not constantly in political fights or headlines. Compared to what Nigerians later became used to, she was very gentle and reserved. Her time as First Lady, it was not completely without controversy. In 2005, journalist Orobosa was arrested after publishing an article titled "Greedy Stella." That move drew a lot of criticism from press freedom groups at that time. Then in October of 2005, Stella traveled to Spain. The trip was private, there was no announcement, and nothing suggested that she was seriously ill. At the time, it was common for wealthy Nigerians and political figures to travel abroad for treatment. It's still common today, okay? People trusted foreign hospitals more, so trips like this, they didn't raise any questions. But Stella was not in Spain because she was sick. She went for liposuction. Liposuction is a cosmetic procedure where fat is removed from the body using like a really thin surgical tube. Many people describe it as routine. Recovery is usually very quick. But like any surgery, mistakes can be dangerous. During the procedure, the instrument injured her internally. Her colon was punctured. So this caused serious damage inside of her abdomen. Now, the severity of the injury, it wasn't recognized quickly enough. After surgery, instead of her to start improving, her condition worsened, pain increased, her body was already reacting to internal infection. By the time emergency treatment started, her situation was already critical. 2 days later, on October 23rd, 2005, Stella Obasanjo died in Spain. The news reached Nigeria suddenly. There had been no long illness, no warning, just the announcement that the First Lady was gone after a medical procedure abroad. The questions they rose like wildfire. Why Spain? Why surgery? What happened? While Nigerians were trying to understand the news, the doctors in Spain, they reviewed the case more closely. Medical experts there, they examined the surgery and the care that followed afterwards. They concluded that yes, the internal injuries, they were serious, but if they were treated better and faster, she could have survived. The damage was serious, yes, but survivable. Then attention turned to the surgeon responsible for the procedure, Dr. Juan, and also the clinic where the operation took place. The investigators looked at the decisions that were made during the surgery, and they looked at the decisions made after the surgery as well. The issue was no longer just that complications happened, but whether proper medical standards were followed. This case actually went to court in Spain. During the trial, medical experts, they explained what should have happened at each stage of the treatment. Then the court heard that delays in recognizing the injury and responding to her worsening condition, it played a major role in her death. So the judge ruled that professional negligence had occurred. The surgeon was found guilty and he was sentenced to prison, banned from practicing medicine for a period of time, and he was ordered to pay compensation to her family. After her passing, conversations also shifted at home, okay? Many people started questioning the belief that traveling abroad automatically meant safer healthcare. Did it really? Cosmetic surgery, which was rarely discussed openly at that time, it was suddenly part of public conversation, Stella Obasanjo is remembered today in different ways. Some remember her as a humanitarian. They remember her work, her quiet presence as First Lady. Others remember the shocking circumstances of her death. So what started as confusion and rumors, it eventually became a clear legal case. A private medical trip ended in tragedy, and a court later ruled that the death of the First Lady could have been prevented. And I think that is what sticks with people today. It could have been prevented. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy stories like this, please don't forget to follow me. I tell these stories all the time.